Good morning, everyone. Today I'm going to start a new lesson, that is chemical bonding and molecular structure. This is chapter number 4, and this is the part 1 of the chapter chemical bonding and the molecular structure. We all know very well that matter is made up of one or different type of elements, and under normal condition no other elements exist as an independent atom in nature except the noble gases. Why the noble gases exist independent? Because they have the stable configuration. So a group of atom is found to exist together as one species having characteristic properties, and such a group of atom is called a molecule. So obviously there must be some force which hold the constituent atoms in a molecule. So the attractive force which hold various constituent. Now here the constituent word is used for the atoms or for the ions together in different chemical species is called a chemical bond. So chemical bond is a type of attractive force which is present in between the constituent particle, that is which is present in between the atom or the ion, and which hold together the atom or the ion. Since the formation of the chemical compound takes place as a result of the combination of the atom of various element in different ways, so there are so many questions arises that suppose that why do atom combine and how they combine. So for example, the question is, why do atom combines? So a number of attempts were made to explain the formation of a chemical bond between the atoms in terms of the electron, but in 1916 there were two scientists. One is Kozel and another one is Lewis. So Kozel and Lewis succeeded independently in giving first successful explanation about the cause of combination between atoms based upon the understanding of electronic configuration of the noble gases. So the tendency of atom of various element to attain the stable configuration of 8 electron. We know that if we are talking about the stability of the atom, it means it has the 8 electron in its outermost orbit or in their valency shell, is the cause of the chemical combination. This is the one cause of the chemical combination or the chemical bonding, and the principle of attaining the maximum of 8 electron in the valency shell of atom is known as this principle or this rule is known as the octet rule. This is the octet rule. Octet rule means the principle of attaining maximum of 8 electron in the valency shell of the atom is called the octet rule. Now let us discuss something about the Lewis symbol. Lewis symbol. So in the formation of a molecule, only the outer electron take part in the chemical combination. It means that only the outer electron, for example, this is the atom and these are the electrons. So these electrons which are present in the outermost orbit, they only take part in the chemical bonding or the chemical combination, and therefore these are also known as the valency shell electron. The electron which are present outside in the outermost orbit is known as the valency shell electron, and the inner shell electron are well protected, and therefore they generally do not take part in the bonding because they are at the inner side and they are protected by the outer electron, so they do not take part in the bonding. Now G.N. Lewis, an American chemist, he was an American chemist, introduced simple notations. It gave a simple notation to represent the valency electron in an atom. It gave an idea to represent, Lewis gave the idea to represent the valency electron in an atom, and these notations are known as the Lewis symbol, or they are also termed as a electron dot symbol. They are also called the electron dot symbol or the Lewis symbol. So the Lewis symbol or electron dot symbol, these are the representation of the outermost electron. They represent the outermost electron. It means the valency electron, and they use the dot. This dot. They use this dot to represent the valency electron, or sometimes it is also represented by cross sign, either by dot sign or either by the cross sign. So let us take some example. For example, lithium. The atomic number of the lithium is 3, and if we want to represent this lithium as a Lewis symbol, so the symbol for the lithium is Li, and only in case of the lithium or in case of the electron dot structure or the Lewis symbol, we are representing only the outermost electron. So its atomic number is 3, so 2 electrons are present in the inner shell, and in the outermost shell, valency shell, we have only 1 electron, and it is represented by the dot. Let us take the another example, boron. The atomic number of boron is 5. It means 2 and 3. So 1, 2, 3. So when we represent the electron by means of a dot, or which electron? The outermost electron or the valency shell electron. So this is known as the Lewis symbol or electron dot symbol. Now let us discuss the significance of the Lewis symbol. So the number of the dot around the symbol, for example, this is a symbol and this is the number of the dot. So the number of the dots around the symbol represent the number of valency electron. These are the number of the valency electron, and this number of valency electron help to calculate the common or group valency of the element, and the group valency of the element is generally either equal to the number of the dot. Group, we are talking about the group valency. Group valency means the number of the dot. If you calculate the number of the dot, for example, it has a 3 dots, so group valency is generally it is 3. So it is equal to the group valency is equal to the number of the dot in the Lewis structure, or 8 minus the number of dot or the valency electron. So this is the significance of the Lewis structure. Now let us discuss the Kozel, because we have earlier we have discussed that there were 2 scientists, one was the Kozel and another was the Lewis. So Lewis, we have discussed this one about these whole thing about the Lewis. Now the second is the Kozel, and this topic is actually the Kozel in relation to chemical bonding drew attention of the following fact. It takes the attention of the following fact. So these facts are in the periodic table. We have already discussed the topic periodic table, chapter periodic table we have already discussed. So in the periodic table, the highly electronegative halogens, and highly electropositive alkali metal are separated by the noble gases. They are separated by the noble gases. This is the one fact. The second fact is that the formation of negative ion from the halogen atom and a positive ion from the alkali metal is associated with the gain or loss of the electron by the respective atom. We know very well, if we are talking about the chlorine, so this is the chlorine, this is a halogen, and if we are talking about the halogen, ion, so Cl negative is the ion, and how it become the Cl negative? By the gaining of the electron. it becomes the Cl negative ion. If we are talking about the alkali metal, so sodium is the alkali metal, and this one is the Na plus is the ion. This one is the ion, and how it become? When it loses one atom or one electron, and it become the Na plus. So this is a very common fact. Now the third is the negative and the positive ions are stabilized by the electrostatic attraction. So we all know very well, when there is a formation of any compound, for example NaCl, how NaCl is formed? Na combined with Cl, so NaCl is formed. So Na having the positive charge and this one having the negative charge, so there is an electrostatic force of attraction in between the negative and the positive ion. And the another fact is that the negative and positive ion formed attain stable noble gas configuration, and the noble gases, with the exception of the helium, have a particular stable shell configuration of 8, and its formula is Ns2Np6. All the noble gases have follow the octet rule. It means they have the 8 electron in their outermost orbit. Only there is a one exception, that is the helium, because the atomic number of helium is 2. So in its outermost orbit there are only 2 electron, but it is completely filled, it is stable. That's why it is included in the category of the noble gases. For example, let us again take this example, Na plus and Cl negative. So the bond Na plus combined with Cl negative, we get a NaCl. When any compound is formed, definitely there will be a chemical combination or there will be a bonding in between them. So the bond form as a result of a electrostatic force of attraction between the positive ion and the negative ion. And such type of a bond, the bond which is exist in between Na and the Cl, or in between this compound, is known as the electrovalent bond. Such bond is known as the electrovalent bond, which is formed by the combination of the positive and the negative ion. So the electrocovalency is thus equal to the number of unit charge on the ion. This is the reason. Now the next topic is the covalent bond. So Langmuir in 1919, Langmuir was a scientist. Langmuir in 1919 refined the Lewis postulations by giving the idea of stationary cubical arrangement of the octet, and by the introduction of this term, that is the covalent bond, they gave the idea about the covalent bond. According to the Lewis Langmuir theory, atom can combine by the sharing of the electron between them. Here I am using the word sharing between them, and this type of a bond is known as the covalent bond, and each atom contributes equal number of electron for sharing in order to acquire the configuration of the nearest noble gas. So the bond formed by mutual sharing. If we are talking about the covalent bond, it means we are talking about the sharing. So the bond formed by the mutual sharing of electron between combining atom of the same or the different element is called the covalent bond. The compound so formed is in which the covalent bond is present, that type of a compound are known as the covalent compound. Covalent compound means those compound which contain the covalent bond. Now let us clear it with the help of the example. Let us discuss the example. Let us consider the formation of the hydrogen molecule. We are discussing here the formation of the hydrogen molecule, and how the hydrogen molecule is formed. When two hydrogen atom combine, so we get hydrogen molecule. Hydrogen molecule is formed by the combination of the two hydrogen atom. When two hydrogen atom approaches each other, the single electron of both the atom formed a shared pair, and the shared pair now belongs simultaneously. The shared pair now belongs simultaneously to both the hydrogen atom. That is, the one atom is from this hydrogen and one electron is from this hydrogen and one electron is from this hydrogen. So each hydrogen atom can contribute their electrons in the sharing to get the noble gas configuration. So this is one hydrogen because the atomic number of the hydrogen is 1, so it contains the one electron in its outermost orbit. So either we represent by this one, or we can say that this is the bond. Now one hydrogen, one electron is from here and one electron is from here, and this is known as the sharing of electron. This is called the sharing of electron, or we can represent as H, and this is the hydrogen molecule. This is the hydrogen molecule. These are the two hydrogen atom, but now here we get the hydrogen molecule. Now similarly we can we can represent the various example like Cl2, because in chlorine we know that there are 7 electron in the outermost orbit, so that is Cl and Cl. So 7 electrons are present here, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, and 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So these two electron, they take part in sharing and they form Cl2. We can represent it as a follows that this is the Cl. If you want to represent it clearly, send 1 2 3 4 5 6. This one is the 7. Again, this is the Cl. So 1 2 3 4 5 6. This is the 7. So when they combine with each other, so we have Cl again 1 2 3 4 5 6, 1 2 3 4 5 6. This one is the 7. Now this is the Cl2 molecule. Now this is this is the Cl molecule. These are the chlorine atom, but now this is the Cl or the chlorine molecule. Now it contains the 8 electron and it also contain the 8 electron. So such type of a bonding is the example, or it is called the covalent bonding. So these are the example of the covalent bond with the help of the Lewis dot structure, and the Lewis dot structure can be written for the other molecule also, in which the combining atom may be same or may be identical. So we can draw any kind of a compound Lewis structure for the any kind of a compound. So but there are some conditions in the Lewis dot structure. The first condition is each bond is formed as a result of the sharing of an electron pair between the atom, and the second one is that each combining atom, here the two combining atom, one is Cl, another one is also Cl, chlorine. So each combining atom contribute at least one electron to the shared pair. Here they contribute one electron, and the combining atom attain the outer noble gas configuration as a result of sharing of the electron. When there will be a sharing, definitely they will get the noble gas configuration. They attain the noble gas configuration. And and the one basic thing is that covalent bond occur or the sharing takes place in between the identical or in between the different atom also. So now when the two atoms shared one electron pair, when two atom, for example, these are the two atom and they shared one electron pair, here the sharing takes place. Electron pair means two, a pair contain two things, na? So when two atoms shared one electron pair, they are said to be joined by a single covalent bond. Single means one, single means one, single covalent bond. In many compound we have a multiple bond between the atom, and the formation of multiple bond is done by the sharing of the various or more than the one electron pair. And if the if two atom contains, or if two atoms share two pair of electron, the covalent bond is said to be double. The covalent bond is said to be double bond. This topic, that topic we have already studied earlier in the 10th class, that about the single bond, double bond, or the triple bond. So for example, we have the CO2. So this is the oxygen, this is the carbon, and this one is the oxygen. We know that the carbon has 4 electron in its outermost orbit, and the oxygen has 6 electron in its outermost orbit. So 1 2, this one is 3 4 5 6. Again this is the 1 2 3 4 5 6. Now here the sharing takes place in between the two electron pair. One is this one and one is this one, one is this one and one is this one. So here the sharing takes place in between the two electron pair. That's why it is known as the double bond. This type of a bond is known as the double bond. And when the combining atom shared 3 electron pair, in such case the case where the 3 electron pairs, the sharing takes place in between the 3 electron pair, such is known as the triple bond. So this is the example. N2 nitrogen molecule is the example where the triple bond is present. 1 2 3, it means it is a triple bond. How it is formed? Because the atomic number of nitrogen is the 7. So in the inner orbit it has 2 electron, in the outer orbit it has the 5 electron. So when both the nitrogen atom combine, so it share the 3 electron pair and it form a triple bond. And this is the representation of the double, triple, or the single bond with the help of the Lewis symbol. Now the next heading is the formal charge. So in case of the polyatomic ions, the net charge is possessed by the ions as a whole and not a particular atom. If we are talking about the polyatomic ions, it contain a charge as a whole, not as a single entity. So it is possible, however, to assign the formal charge on each atom. The formal charge of an atom in a polyatomic ion or molecule is defined as the difference between the number of valency electron, the difference between the number of valency electron in an isolated means free, the term free, isolated means free atom, and the number of electron assigned to that atom in the Lewis structure. And the formal charge on an atom in the Lewis structure is it has a definite formula for that. That is, the formula is formal charge. This is the formula to find out. This is the formal charge on an atom in Lewis structure is equals to total number of valency electron, total number of valency electrons in the free atom, total numbers of valency electron in the free atom minus total number of non-bonding electrons, total number of non-bonding electrons minus 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2, that is total number of bonding electrons, total number of bonding electrons. Now here I am using the word non-bonding and the bonding electron. Non-bonding electron means lone pairs, means which do not take part in bonding, and bonding electron means they are the shared pair of electron, it means which takes part in bonding. So by the method, with the help of this formula, we can easily calculate the formal charge. Now let us consider the example of the ozone, that is the O3 molecule, that is the ozone. And let us calculate the formal charge. So the atom have been numbered as, this one is the 1, this is 2, and this is 3rd. So we have to calculate the charge on the different oxygen atom. So first of all, number 1, that is the central oxygen, it is marked as a number 1. So first of all, calculate the charge, formal charge for this one. So the first is the total number of valency electron. How much? The atomic number is 8, so the valency electrons are 6. Now put a minus sign. Now total number of non-bonding electron, how much is the total number? That is 1, and this one is the 2, that is 2. Now again we have to put minus sign, 1 by 2, and how many bonding electrons are here? So 6 are the valency electron, 2 does not, this is the total electrons are 8, 2 does not take part in bonding, so the 6 take part in bonding. So we get plus 1. So this is the formal charge on the central oxygen atom. If we want to calculate it for the number 2 oxygen atom, for this one oxygen atom, so 6 is the valency electron, non-bonding electron are 1, 2, 3, 4, that is minus 4 minus 1 by 2, and the bondings are then 4 is equal to 0. So this is the formal charge. So by this way we can calculate the formal charge easily.